Ow. Ow. Welcome back to the Wheel Scene YouTube channel. I am very excited because a new product arrived in the mail recently, and that is the new Entente Diridari frame. I've previously reviewed the Entente Diridari frame. This is the frame that made me fall in love and convert to flat skating. I'd previously tried a bunch of different flat frames over the years, over 20 years, and just didn't get along with any of them. It never managed to build up my confidence in them. With these, I was fully converted. They have got nice thick frame walls. They are not made in a mold like most frames. They are cut out of, I think they're CNC'd out of polymer synthetic plastic, and they have got an exceptional H-block which has got just the right amount of cupping so you don't get wheel bite. Get a nice kind of semi-deep but not really groove, and it's tapered, so you've just got that instant lock on. You don't have to wait it in, get a groove to get comfortable. You can just straight out the box, put them on, and you are golden. Like I said, I've already done a review of these, but they recently released this new version. It's their V3, I think it is, and it's got some great updates. First up is the length. It was previously only available in small and large, so it was available in 252mm and 276. I rode the large, which was the 276, and that means if you're a small-footed skater, you've got something to cater to you, and if you're a large-footed skater, you've got something to cater to, because that is one of the longest frames on the market. But the people that are in the in-between sizes, or people that are kind of like mid-range, like myself, I usually skate a size 9.5 UK. You kind of slip between the cracks because you have to ride either a frame that looks a little bit too short on the shell or one that looks a little bit too long. I never really minded because they've got perfectly even wheel distribution, so you don't feel as if you're kind of train tracky or it's kind of hard to maneuver. But I did wonder if I would enjoy a shorter version that just kind of offered a little bit more agility, and that is where this frame comes in. The medium Diridari is available in 264mm, and that is not the only difference with this. It comes with a new ride height. So the previous frame, I think it fit 60mm flat. I think you could even go up to 62. It was definitely 60mm flat. This has been made a little bit lower, so it now accommodates up to 58mm flat, which means you've got a lower ride height, so you've got a little bit more control. You don't feel as tall, which lots of people want these days, especially considering people are kind of veering towards smaller wheels on flat setups now. And it also comes with a thicker outside wall. They've reinforced this and made it a little bit wider just so that it wears down slower. This material is rock solid. It already slides really, really well, and I think it lasts longer than most frames. So if they've managed to find a way to make the outside last longer on sole grinds and topsides and stuff like that, absolutely brilliant. They've kept the inside the same, so you've got as much space freed up for negative grinds, and they've also reinforced the inside and made it kind of rounding shaped, so you get less chance of wheel rubbing and it's just more supported and more stable. Only a few of these were available recently on the website. I think they had less than 10 sets available, and I managed to buy a pair, so I'm one of the lucky few. I know that they're going to be making more of these real soon, and they're going to be available on the shop. Right now it's still only the small and the large that are available, but I cannot say enough good things about this frame. It is one of my favourite frames on the market. There are a lot of brilliant flat frames on the market. I've reviewed many of them on the channel, but this one will always have a special place in my heart just because it managed to convince me that I could skate flat and enjoy it. I love the look. I like that it's got the kind of triangle bolts, which are reminiscent of the old kind of rollerblade frame bolts. I like that it's CNC'd out of just a solid block, so it's got that kind of rigidity, which means your energy transfer is better than if it was made in a mold. And I just love this H-block. This H-block just made me feel right at home straight away. So I'm really excited to slap these on my USD sways. I'm gonna try them with the mushroom bladed buddies wheels first off, the 58mm ones that are a little bit tapered. and just see how that goes. But I am very excited to be back on these. And we're back. I am suitably soaked with sweat and covered in wax, so it's time to give my final verdict on the Entente Diridari V3. I've been skating these for about 3 weeks now, and this is the frame that made me fall in love with skating flat, and the love affair is still well and truly going. As soon as I put them on, it just reminded me of why it made me so comfortable in flat in the first place. It doesn't feel like you're skating flat. Hardly ever get wheel bite. This material slides so well. It's got a nice kind of semi-deep groove with tapering, so you lock on really easily. Dougal is incredibly impressed with these frames. He wouldn't skate any other frames. Isn't that right, Dougs? Yeah, that's right. And with the features that they've made, so they've made it shorter, makes it a little bit more maneuverable. Although, to be fair, I never really had a problem with that in the first place because the wheel distribution is very good. The other changes they've made is they've made the sidewalls thicker, which again, I couldn't tell the difference. It didn't have any impact on doing soles or top sides. What I would say is though, a couple of people have complained about these and sent me images and posted online saying that the frame is cracked on them or broken. That was not my experience. As you can see, I was jumping off kind of semi-high drop ledges, like 5'5" drop ledges, doing wall rides. I'm quite a heavy guy. I'm 14 stone or 90 kilograms. So if they can take my impact, they can take most people's impact. And I know for a fact that on Entente, I've got some of the best customer service in rollerblading. I had an issue with a set of frames before. They replaced them straight away just as soon as I sent them a photo of them. And from what I understand, the couple of people that have had issues with the new batch, they sent photos to Entente and Entente issued refunds straight away. So if you do have problems with them, just contact them. I do understand why people have reservations about this frame. It is very, very expensive. It's £150. I've bought a few pairs now, and yes, I am apprehensive every time I do. I'm like, can I justify spending £150 on something I'm just going to grind through? but the quality of these, they slide so well, they're so well built. I think they look amazing. Some people don't like the triangle axles, I do. Some people don't really like how deep the groove is, I do. I cannot say enough good things about this frame. I've been riding a few frames since this, and I was wondering if it was going to change my opinion of it or make me like it any less, and it absolutely has not. I think Entente make one of the best flat frames on the market, if not the best flat frame on the market, and I would thoroughly recommend giving them a try if you haven't yet. I want to give a giant shout out to my Patreon supporters. They are listed on the screen now. If you want to join the Wheel Scene Patreon, you can do so for as little as £3 a month, and there's loads of videos on there that aren't on the YouTube channel. We've got a bunch of chats going on, industry gossip. I'll sometimes share information that isn't public knowledge yet, and it's a really good way of supporting this channel. And to round things off, here is a bunch of tries of me trying to do that 270 backside unity to drop on that quarter pipe, which took way longer than I hoped.